Cheers! I want to document something. It's always the question, how much tolerance does the conrod have to the side? And the thing is that it's, with a brand new crank like this, often more than you would think. So I just want to make a short documentation of a few crankshafts, that you have a comparison with your own, what's normal, what's not. Cheers! Cheers, guys. Very nice crankshaft here. It's a SIP Performance, the one with the good conrod. The expensive one, don't use the one with the cheap conrod. It's not recommended. How much tolerance does this crankshaft have? It's from Primatist, Italy. You can look it up. No secret there. 0.5. That's the BFA porn. I tell you guys, it's porn. Best porn. Look at this. How big is tolerance at BFA crank? You can do this. Guess it's bigger than you expect, so that's why I make this documentation. So, but how big is it? 0.5 like the other SIP crank? Shall we check it out? Actually, very rare a video at daylight. I usually make the videos at night. Look, that's the window. Ooh. So this is a Mazzucchelli Key 2D 60mm crank, brand new, and pedal like this. You see, there's a certain tolerance. You also have two washers on the side. I'm not a crank pro, just like to have a closer look. And the tolerance here is 0.3. 0.3 gouge. Yeah. How do I check if conrod bottom bearing is still fine? Simple trick. Take the conrod and push it to one side and to the other side. If it already stripes, you see stripe marks on the conrod itself. But if you also can push it to one side and it scratches already the crank cheek inside, then it's time to replace the crankshaft. And as this is new, of course, on this side nothing, on the other side also nothing. Yeah. Key 2D Mazzucchelli, brand new. 0.3. 0.3 it is. Oh, that's a lot. It's not the best conrod, even though the crankshaft is quite expensive. Yeah, 0.5. Mazzucchelli from 2004. That's 17 years. God, time is running. See? Wait. That seems to be definitely more than the new one. 0.9mm. So this crankshaft is definitely done. MC Ure crank, former Tammany. No, the one before Tammany was Mick Ure. Also quite old, at least 10 years old. Let's see the tolerance. That's the one I made 125 out of a 200. The 60 also fits. Look at that. This is a PX 125 Piaggio, the older one, not Millennium, not the 2011 version. It is still okay, so I guess it's one from the 90s. Let's see the tolerance. Yeah, 0.4 it is. Piaggio. Another Piaggio. A really old one. Rally. 75, 80, 90, 0, 15. So it's about 45 years old. Oh, it's less than the PX. Look at that. 45 years old. Hardware nowadays does not last that long anymore. 30, yeah, I thought so. 0.3 like the Mazzucchelli. Also more than you would think, or at least I would think. Look at this. Let's see. Yes, between 0.4 and 0.5. Another Piaggio, but a Millennium one with about 10,000 kilometers. 50. But 60 won't fit. Really? It will. 60. Ooh. Brand new 60mm stroke. Mazzucchelli. What does it have? 0.4? Yes. Even a little bit lower than 0.4. We got a PX200 crankshaft, age unknown, but issue with press fit, so the cheeks are twist able. Now it's about 0.4. Yes, 0.4 PX200. That's a 2009 Mazzucchelli 57 stroke 125 cc crankshaft. It made about 10,000. 0.5 or 0.4. Start with the 0.4. Yes, the 0.4. The weak spot of these cranks are the quite thin stumps, and with some proper amount of kilometers they ankle. So no matter if you use an expensive crank or a cheaper one, or let's call it more reasonable priced, you'll have to replace it because of ankled stumps. And the idea of the Rally was not that bad with the FMPguides, a thicker stump. So. Conrod stripe test. Nope. Nope. What about the Conrod cheek stripe test? On one side, on the other side. Here. Oh, this one already comes closer to one side. I still cannot bend it over. So this one is fine. Let's measure the tolerance. And the stripe test. One side quite closed, the other one not. You see this is... Oh shh. You hear it? That's what I mean. And this crankshaft has 500 kilometers. Conrod stripe test. This is a very old crank. Nothing. Look at this. Yeah, they made good cranks. And what about the crank cheek Conrod test? Oh, how shall I name it? Like, doesn't stripe. Doesn't stripe. Ooh. You can see. Yeah, so it has a little bit of tolerance. This is completely normal. Does it stripe? No. Both sides, no? Kelly tolerance of the conrod, also normal. That's how it shall be. You cannot press it to one side that it stripes, not to the other one. So let's see other cranks. And what we already can see here is that it stripes on this side. Conrod stripe test failed. Not on the other one, but on this.
Bist du deppert? Ein Biest!
Sorry, ja.
Bist du deppert? Ist das ein Biest jetzt?